Alright, I'm gonna recommend using Imperium. There's a lot of capabilities, but we're just gonna focus on the really simple stuff, just like no console commands or anything like that. So you're just gonna want to make a new save. You can just name it anything. You can also get the more saves mod if you already have 3 saves and you don't want to delete one of them. Alright, so you're just gonna want to press F1 at the top left of your keyboard and then click on cruiser control. I highly recommend while you're practicing turn on indestructible and infinite turbo, as it just really helps, especially when you're just starting out, and it makes that if the cruiser doesn't blow up, then you have to get it over and over. I also recommend like turning off all spawning, obviously, and stopping the time. In ship control, just make sure to set it to artifice. It makes it pretty difficult to do the artifice jump if you're not an artifice. Just make sure to give yourself enough credits to buy the cruiser. And then you're just going to want to give yourself invincibility. Again, you don't want to restart every time if you immediately explode upon entering the cruiser. And then always gotta remember, it's very important that you turn the magnet on, because if you have it off, then the car will just explode instantly upon landing. But if you have the magnet on, then it will save you all the loot and the cruiser. The cruiser should just like materialize right here for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it makes it a bit easier because you don't have to drive it out of the pit where it normally spawns on unmodded run. Alternatively, you can kind of just use console command to just spawn it in anywhere. It's just really simple. You just type in the first couple letters, then you just click on the option. You can just slap it down anywhere you want. But I do recommend driving there at least like 1 or 2 times just to practice for unmodded. But this is great and it saves a bunch of time if you just want to practice. You generally want to park this car right here in the corner just so that none of the AI nodes such as like old birds or like titans walk into it. From here you can just reverse right out and then just run, preferably lightly, just in the back, just a little hill like right here. Then you just want to drive a little bit forward and make sure you're not touching the hill or the building. And then just make sure the car's in drive, and then you just want to flawlessly do the cruiser jump. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it took me like 15 tries to get this for the recording, that's alright. Alright, so while you do the cruiser jump, you want to start off with 2 quick jumps, right using the A key, and then you want to correct yourself for the last 3. Sometimes you didn't even need the last 3. You do want to remember that we'll leave infinite turbo on in these practice runs. In the real run, you're only going to have 5 jumps because of how weed killer in the car works. So you want to be at least like a bit behind fire exit, because if you're too close and you're like either like on the line or too close to like this imaginary line here from fire exit, then you're gonna run to the top of the roofs, and then it's gonna mess with your trajectory, or it might just kill you. So while you're adjusting yourself using W and S, like W to go forward and S to go backwards, you want to make sure and you want to remember that it's based off the direction that the car is facing, not the direction that your camera's facing. See here, I accidentally tapped W when I should have tapped A, and that caused the car to move forward instead of me moving towards the cruiser.